It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we're in for a show from Anthony Richardson. He's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Ravens and the Giants, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. Now, they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they've gone a full half season since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So now here are the Giants backed up to start their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up. And we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
That's taken at around the 40. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And what a performance in his last game. Couple touchdown passes, that was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Sly able to put this one through, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was a 3rd long run, and to me, that was just a wave the white flag kind of a situation. Obviously, they don't want to risk the chance of throwing it downfield and risking a turnover in this section of the field.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
Jim D, that's the first time that graphic has ever fucking popped up on this game. All these years we did franchise.
The mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
They go play action with Richardson. He completes it to Olave. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. From the shotgun, Richardson. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
That's Olave bringing in another one. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially to play like this one. 3rd down. They gave him the underneath.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Giants are going to get the football back. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 71 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game, because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
To Barkley on the check down. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now, as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Holding offense.
Quinn Miners, 3rd-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to put one over his head as this game progresses.
They go with a screen to Gore. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Richardson off the play fake. Slant pass complete to Olave. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. The Ravens at 12-3 now on the year. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
70.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. From the 20, here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay with the run and Armstead. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. And he is caught. Oh, look at the juke. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone? And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Bijan Robinson. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. New York ready to go again offensively. You know, Charles, season winding down. Time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, Just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Second down, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On third down, Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. That's taken on the 25. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Ravens offense back out there. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's third down. 18 Cardinals.
Now it's Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Ready. Cougar 19.
To the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Anthony Richardson as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Mac Jones, 4 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Curtis Samuel.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter.
On the jump. Lightning 18. Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
Second half begins with a run by Robinson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Cowboy 80.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. He finds his man. It's Robinson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Warriors 70.
There, Richardson back to throw it. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
On 1st down, Richardson. Robinson's got it. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Second down, here's Richardson. He's got it. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Chris Olave with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Giants nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Mayfield's throw into the hands here of Hardman. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
A first down carry for Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
2nd and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. Down to the 41. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Micah Parsons in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And the Giants send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
And when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
It makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
They go play action with Richardson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Quick throw to Olave. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
Trying to pick it up with Armstead. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. They gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. And the Giants have it, it's picked up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Mayfield off the play fake. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and forever. Here's Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And that will come the offense as they take over. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Robinson up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Leonard Floyd. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Here's one deep for Pickens. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 8.
At the 12-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Giants will take over here at their own 12-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Mayfield. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Here's a screen for Robinson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
19 tight, 19 tight.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Off play action, Richardson. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
Here, Richardson yet again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Possession switching back to the New York Giants. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Good. What's up?
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements. Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
First down, Baltimore.
Handoff now to Robinson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 11-yard line.
And they'll send Pickens in motion right here. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
Here we go.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Sly able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Mayfield on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Mayfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Isaiah Simmons there defensively.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Mayfield with it once more. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Second and inches at the Ravens 12-yard line.
And again, it's Mayfield. This is caught. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. And quickly, they get to the line. First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Come on.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Here's Richardson to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Richardson on 2nd and 10. He's into the secondary. Touchdown! Chris Olave. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Giants going to take over again on offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Second down, Mayfield. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Baltimore, they run their record to 13-3 now on the year.